Hall of Famers, Lee. They're just not. They're here for that 1 million. And I get it. I know it's people, he would have hated her. I get it. They're making millions of dollars. They're keeping their face nice. They're keeping their brain right. I get it, you guys. But the sport is on the decline when you look at the level of competition. I'll give you another one. Ex-champ Anthony Durrell fought last week. 31-1, right? That's a good record. He fought Dennis Mama Boy Doolin. 20-6. Who's watching that? Who's staying home on Saturday? Oh, I gotta watch this fight.
Nobody's watching any of this crap.
I gotta watch this fight, Lee.
It's all crap.
It's all. I bet you he made hundreds of thousands that night. And for a guy like Anthony Durrell, I bet you that's money he would never see outside of the ring. So he's good. Yeah, we're good. I'll take 6 months off. See you again next year, you guys. Summer of 2018, Anthony Durrell will be back. Too much layoffs. Not enough competition. There's too many guys at war, promoters at war. They're not making the fights. HBO is a freak. What did Lee just call it? It's a shit show, you guys. Look at these records that I'm naming off. You tell me who's the A side. What am I missing?
Everybody go to LasVegasDiscount.net. Get 50% off your next Las Vegas trip. This just in for fake news. Donald Trump will execute the turkey this year. It's not getting a pardon under Trump.
You're so stupid. Hey, you see how he couldn't even hit the... I won't get political, but the softball. We were talking about the softball, Lee.
Do you expect a man who is orange to hit a softball?
Oh, my God. He still couldn't get that one right. Ugh.
This week's News of the Week brought to you by...
fast enough. Oh, my God.
This week's News of the Week brought to you by Boxing Scene, the source for boxing online.
That's the #1 boxing website right there. It
does pretty well. I don't know. Do you really want to know the truth of who does the best? Because the other site is Fight News.
That's a good one. But you know what? Boxing Scene's more international, Lee. They give you everything from around the world. You know what I mean? Fight News, a little more domestic. Maybe a little UK jumps in, but I don't know. Maybe, but I think Boxing
Well, are you ready for the head-to-head Alexa rating of both of them?
Uh-oh, here we go.
It is Boxing Scene.
Oh, nice. There you go.
But it's not as good as ESPN. But hey.
ESPN, way overrated.
Way overrated. Well, they have Dan
Overrated.
Rayfield. They have Dan Rayfield.
Overrated like the term Raider Nation. Hey, what about the show up of, oh, yeah, we show up everywhere. Let me tell you something, people. What you've seen over there in Mexico City, expect that in Las Vegas. Expect that in Las Vegas. Idiots. Fucking sounded like a Patriots home game. That was supposed to be my home game?
So this week's news headlines are coming to you from BoxingScene.com. Visit Boxing Scene for all of your boxing fake news. I'm not saying that their stuff is fake news. I'm just telling you that all boxing news is fake news.
I wish Al Davis would come to Mark in his dreams, Lee. That's what I wish. Go ahead. That's just a dream I have. That's my own dream.
Sean Porter. I'm ready for Keith Thurman as soon as possible. Earlier this month, as Barclays Center Brooklyn IBF welterweight world champion, Sean Porter overcame a bad hand injury to outwork and decision Adrian Granados over the 12-round distance. Porter injured his left hand in the 6th round, but continues to take the fight of Granados, who was more willing to trade punches. Blah, 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 blah.
So it means he won't fight for like 6 months, right?
Porter is hungry for the revenge after losing the decision to Thurman in 2016. He's now won 2 straight.
These PBC guys, I'm telling you, I think it's the inactivity that gets them hurt. But, Lee, how many times we hear a PBC fighter get one victory, and all of a sudden he's got an elbow injury, a shoulder injury, and hand injury? Like, I'm dead. Like, come on. Is it a coincidence, people? Is it because of inactivity? Or is it the BS that they keep feeding us so they only fight twice a year, make about $1.5 million, $2 million? What do you guys think they're bringing home on that? Fuck.
Porter
remember the days. Remember, people. James Toney one time. What is the stat they are showing? 6 fights in 1 year before he got his belt. 6 fights in 1 year. Where is it? Chavez. He did 2 fights for 10 years. A fight every 2 months for 10 years straight.
Well, yeah, because he didn't like to train. He felt that if he just kept fighting,
I like
fight
that.
shape.
I like that. Give us the contenders and the champs. These are guys that were about boxing. They're not about that anymore. And look, I'm not hating on their money, but I'm hating on what they're doing to the sport. I think we're going to get past this. Lee, what's going to happen, at some point the promoters are going to come together and turn on these guys. We flush them out, and then the new era, we got to bring them up differently. It can't be none of this, oh, no, we're going to just get you undefeated for like 20 fights, and then, bam, we're only fighting you twice a year for the next 10 years.
Sean Porter had this to say: right now, the majority of what I do is geared around fighting Keith Thurman. We're ready for Keith Thurman as soon as possible. That's the big one. He went on to say Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia are the 2 names I've wanted for a long time. Big names, big fights all around. We're going to wait around for Keith Thurman. But right now, the only guy I want is only other guy I want is Danny Garcia.
And Danny, has anyone heard from Danny Garcia?
No.
When's the last time that kid fought?
He doesn't fight anymore, does he?
I don't. Is it to Keith Thurman? Is it that defeat? I don't even know if he's had a comeback fight, Lee. I can't think of that on the top of my head.
Daniel Jacobs, who's obviously looking for a fight, was quoted as saying, I saw in Golovkin's eyes at the end of his fight he was a beaten man. Former WBA regular middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs maintains that he was the rightful winner of the March encounter with the IBF, IBO, WBC, WBA,
Lee,
Golovkin fight.
Real fast, Lee, I'm going to give you a stat real fast on Sean Porter.
Yeah.
You know the last time he fought more than twice?
What?
In 1 year?
Go.
2012, Lee. Every year since 2012, it's been 2 fights. Oh, no, 13. Sorry, 13. Every year after that, it's 2 fights. What he Floyd? All of a sudden, you're Floyd Mayweather? You don't need to be active, right? Go look up Danny. Go look up Deontay. Look up all the PBC guys. I bet you're going to see a pattern. Look up those Charlo brothers. These guys fight 2 nobodies. They fight 2 prospects, Lee. Chavez used to dust prospects off like they were fucking nothing. He did that on his off time. A prospect? A contender? Shit. These guys act like they just fucking unified.
Did you have a blunt before the show?
No, sir.
Just checking.
Yeah, hey.
Former WBA regular middleweight champion.
Someone's got to say it, Lee. Someone's got to say it.
Former WBA regular middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs maintains that he is the rightful winner of the March encounter with IBF, IBO, WBC, WBA super champion Gennady Golovkin. Jacobs was dropped in the 4th round, but came back swinging hard to make a contest very close before a packed crowd in New York's Madison Square Garden. The scores at the end of the fight were 114, 113, 115, 112, 115, 112. In Golovkin's favor. This is what he said directly. Looking into Triple G's eyes afterward, I saw a defeated man. In his mind, body, heart, and soul was a lack of confidence, doubting which way the decision would go, not knowing what the outcome was be. I was confident in my accomplishment. Fucking bitter. I hate bitter fighters who lose a fight. Really, I gotta be honest.
Right.
Daniel Jacobs is a bitter bitch. This is like a bad breakup. You break up with someone, and then they gotta say something shitty about you. Why you gotta be bitter? You lost.
Yeah, the fight wasn't that
controversial. It wasn't that close.
Exactly. It was a good fight. He did a lot better than people gave him credit for. Remember, I put money on Jacobs that night. I liked him. I liked him as a dark horse. But he wasn't getting... Danny Jacobs needed to do more in those rounds. Lee, he's counting points. Danny Jacobs knows how the boxing system works. So in his mind, he knows what the points are. Right. He knows what the score is. But the judges aren't giving him those points. We all know it. those close rounds go to the fighter that's bringing in the bigger market, and that's Triple G. That's what these guys don't realize. All of them. Lee, how many times have I complained on this show that these guys have like 10 wins? All of a sudden they're making shirts and fucking beanies and, oh, come support my team. Like, hold on, dude. Fuck. You ever seen how many likes half of these fighters have under all their clothes products? I swear to God, it won't be over 1,000. What are they doing it for half the time? Pay attention to the ring. Put your work in the ring, and you will get money out of it. Jesus.
Oscar Valdez to meet with Top Rank to discuss 2018. The featherweight champion of the world.
Hey, Lee, how about this one?
Yo.
Conor McGregor didn't come over here to sell a T-shirt. He came over here to fight in the ring, because when you fight in the ring, you sell $20,000 ringside seats, people. Just stick to fighting. Go ahead, Lee.
Andrew's a little fired up this week. Oscar Valdez to meet with Top Rank and discuss 2018. The featherweight champion of the World Boxing Organization, Oscar Valdez, is waiting for news to find out where, when, and how he will start his activities in 2018. In the coming days, before the showdown with Vasily Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux, manager Frank Espinoza will meet with Bob Arum and Todd DeBoof and discuss the plans for the featherweight champion. What do you think of Oscar Valdez?
He's a future. That's why he's with Top Rank. He's a future star. I can't say he's a future like him by himself, because he's had a few setbacks already. He's had some close fights. But he's under Top Rank. And if you're under Top Rank, you're one of the best, Lee. It's just how it is. History has proven that. So, yeah, the kid's got a future here. When did it say his next fight was? I'm sorry. I lied. You know
They're
what I
not
was
going to fight
looking
again
up?
until 2018.
I was looking up PBC guys, and guess what I found out?
They
The
don't-
Charlos haven't fought in over twice in 3 years, and they only fought once this year. Both of them have only fought once this year, Lee. Only twice last year. I mean, like, it's a joke, dude. What have they done? The list goes on. Go look up Danny Garcia. I swear to God, I bet you find the same pattern with Danny Garcia. That PBC thing has been a total ripoff. They're hurting the sport. These guys need to get off the titty of Al Heyman and whatever fucking credit card that he's sucking on. Yeah, and they need to get back to fighting. They need to get their talent back in the talent pool. Let's start fighting here. I want to know who's the best.
I would love to make that the title of this show. Get off the titty. Joseph Parker.
I can make a show. You said we didn't have a show. I'll give you a
Yeah, we got a show. Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua are in negotiations. And Joseph Parker has budged. I'll take 35% to fight Anthony Joshua. Of course you will. WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker, who's 24-0 with 18 KOs, is willing to budge on the financial position to fight the IBF-IBO WBA champion Anthony Joshua in a high-stakes unification bout. For those of you who don't know Anthony Joshua, he's the guy who's 20-0 with 20 knockouts. I'll say that again slower. He's got 20 wins, all coming by way of knockout, including one over Klitschko. He can do what he wants, say what he wants, get what he wants. Yeah, go ahead.
He didn't say Parker's name for 1 week, and they came back with a lower price.
Yeah, of course. Right.
He was like, hey, boss, did they move on? 35%.
35%, just give it to him. Take the fight. I want to be Eddie Hearn and have Anthony Joshua. Like, what do you do when you get a legit blue chip heavyweight badass who looks good, who's a model, who's got all the endorsement deals,
takes it serious,
trains like a madman,
yes,
who's only getting better in the ring.
To all of you that don't understand why I'm carry on to PBC, Joshua under Eddie Hearn fought the heavyweight champ. Klitschko is a legend. Klitschko's a Hall of Famer.
And was willing to take the rematch on top of it.
But Lee, what is he, 18-0 at the time? That's legend shit right there, okay? That's like when De La Hoya started his run. These guys were kids. They're grooming him. They ain't grooming these guys into nothing. When Oscar De La Hoya tells you that Deontay Wilder would have been a bigger star if he would have stood with Golden Boy, he's not lying. Because Oscar was no bitch. He fought everybody. I don't know what he was